Hello, and welcome to our presentation from Michigan Tech University's Career Services. This is how to stand out on paper, a presentation on cover letters. So first of all, what is a cover letter? It's not a resume, which is usually the who, what, when, and where about yourself, and cover letters are the why. So you are writing to a future position, a job, doing a job application, or maybe just sending this to a letter of inquiry. And this is the why, the piece of that application process. And you're going to want to tailor that why to the position. So this cover letter should be something that's tailored. It should not be a general catch-all letter. It needs to be tailored specifically to the job, utilizing the job description. So some cover letter do's. We recommend that you do tailor your cover letter for every position. We also recommend that you do speak to the requirements of the job. Make sure that if there are bullet points with the requirements listed, that you are creating a cover letter that speaks to those requirements. If you don't, that may leave you in a position where someone else will get the job and you're still job searching. We also recommend that you do tell the employer how you can meet their needs and make a contribution. This is where you're going to show the employer and the organization why you're essential to their business. So in what way will you meet the needs of the position of the company, and how are you going to contribute to that company as well? We also recommend that you do answer the question, why should we hire you? That should be answered throughout the cover letter. And a good cover letter may just leave you with a job. We don't recommend writing enclosed, please find my resume. That's a dated sentence. So we recommend don't include that. They know that your resume is also enclosed on these online job applications. Don't rehash your resume. So do not recreate your resume. This is not your area to do that. Your resume should be your resume. The cover letter should be the why that you should get this job and the different impacts you're going to make on the in the position. How are you going to impact the company? We also recommend that you don't include any negativity. If you are being negative in a cover letter or a resume, that is going to put the reader in a negative mindset. So we encourage you not to write anything about negativity. Express everything in a positive way so it sounds encouraging and optimistic rather than dragging down any reader. So how to start? First, we recommend that you review the job description. So when you're going through this job description, highlight the most important things that pop up. And typically those are the skills. What kind of skills do they want for their future employee? Choose 3 that are your strong suit. So find 3 skills throughout the job description that you have very good, strong experiences showcasing those skills. Then brainstorm projects or responsibilities you've done that show your experience. So I want concrete examples of how you use these skills to achieve something. So whether that was a project, a job, a volunteer opportunity, um, pull those into your cover letter. And then the last part is just putting it all together. For the formatting, you will want to have the same header as your resume. So you can see that top portion, your name, address, email, phone number, etc., should be the same exact look as your resume. They should be identical, essentially. Then you'll go with today's date, the address of the place that you're applying to. So if it's a company, you would put that address there. And then underneath that, you will say, Dear whoever. And I typically go for hiring team, hiring committee, and then you follow that with a colon. So that is the essential piece of this business style cover letter. And then you jump into the actual paragraphs. And typically you're looking at a 3 paragraph cover letter. There are other styles, but that's the one I'm going to be talking about today. In paragraph 1, you're going to answer questions that you could be asked in a conversation over coffee. So, why are you writing this letter and how did you learn about this opportunity? I always start off a cover letter with a very strong sentence. I want to grasp your attention. I want to make sure that you are not going to move my letter to the no pile. I want someone to be pulled in like a story, and then I'll go into why I'm writing the letter. So I rarely start a cover letter with why am I writing and how did I learn about the opportunity, just because that's going to look like everyone else's cover letter. So pull me in with some sort of attention grabbing statement and then jump into why are you writing this letter and how did you learn about the opportunity? The next question you're going to want to consider is why do you want to work for this company? So what about the company attracts you to it? Research the company, go beyond their website, look at their social media, look at the news, be specific in the things that you uncover and that pull you into this company, because it shows that you've done your research, you've done your homework, which is fantastic, and it makes it easier for someone to say yes to pulling you in for the interview. And then why are you interested in this specific job? So not only just the company, but the job itself. What attracts you to that? What different pieces in the job description are attractive to you? And how does your current skill set benefit this future job? What will you be using from your past in this future position that makes you the best candidate? So over on the right-hand side, I talked about this before, but remember you want today's date, the address of the company or organization you're applying to, and then there's this question of, is it dear Ms. Smith, dear hiring manager, dear hiring team, to whom it may concern? Like I mentioned, I prefer the dear hiring team because typically it's a team of people who are hiring you. Unless you know a specific person that you're writing this letter to, then you could go with their last name. Hiring manager is fine. To whom it may concern is a no. I would not use that. So unless it's a situation where there's no hiring team and there's no person's name, you could maybe use that, but it's a bit dated again. And there's the X. Paragraph 1, again, why are you writing this cover letter and how did you learn about this opportunity? Also, why do you want to work for the company and why are you interested in the job? Essential pieces to paragraph 1, but always start with some sort of attention grabbing phrase. Paragraphs 2 and 3, you are the solution. So you are showing them why you are the answer to their job search. And how do your skills match the description? So you want to be showing why are you the best fit for the company? Why is the company the best fit for you? What is this synergistic relationship where you're both benefiting from you being employed by this company? So I recommend reading the job description again to understand the responsibilities of the role, choosing 3 skills from that list, so 3 bullet points, and then provide detailed examples of similar or related work that you've done. So if you've done some of the things that are requirements or responsibilities on the job description, I want to see that in your cover letter. I want to see the example of how you have used those skills in your own work and how you would bring those to this future position. Tell us about your industry, your coursework, your enterprise team experiences, study abroad, volunteering. Any of those things are great examples that can transfer into a job application, specifically on a cover letter. And then also discuss your transferable skills through your co-curriculars and leadership. So if you hold some sort of leadership role on campus, I want to hear about that. And I want to hear about your leadership as well. How are you a leader? What style of leadership do you use? What do you do in your co-curriculars? Are you involved in a sport that shows teamwork? So really review what you do at school, or if you're an alumni, what do you do in your day-to-day life or in your current job that would lend itself well to transferring that skill to something else? Here's an example of a job description. So we have the theater planning intern available summer 2020. So I went through and I highlighted 3 different bullet points that talked about lighting, performance, sound, video, etc. The next one, drafting architectural lighting specifications and drawings, and then contributing to compliance with relevant codes and standards. So I highlighted those 3 because I know that I have experience in those 3. And then I also went through the qualifications required and I highlighted those pieces that they said were essential. So good communication skills, essential for team-based working, and excellent planning and organizational skills, highly motivated, proactive, and willing to take on new challenges, etc. These are the pieces you need to have outlined in your cover letter. Also in paragraphs 2 or 3, we have this section here, in my work as a student and intern, I have, and then we have these different bullet points. So there is a few different versions of cover letters again, and in some of them you could list some bullet points in that second to third paragraph. But if not, utilize these bullet points and transform them into sentences in your cover letter. So these are just 2 other styles. So that bottom one with the qualifications against the my experience, that's another style of cover letter where you showcase the qualifications that they're asking for and then your experience. So it's lined up right there. Some companies will request that you do different styles of cover letters, and if they do, you can reach out to us at Career Services and we can work with you on those styles. If you do a 4th paragraph, you can also just keep it in the second or third paragraph as well. You can have a call to action, and that could be referring them to your resume, saying that you're available to interview, thanking them for their time, and then contact information. Typically, I leave this as my paragraph 3, but for some people, they like to add a 4th paragraph instead and break up that paragraph 2 because it's very large typically. So in that paragraph 4, it's that call to action. So let them know you're available to interview, thank them for their time, and make sure you re-include the contact information, which should be at the top in your header. While you can refer them to your resume, it's not necessary, especially if you're submitting them together. But if you feel the need to do that, again, this is your letter. So that is everything for our presentation on cover letters. If you have any sort of questions, please reach out to us at Career Services at Michigan Tech. We have our email, career@mtu.edu, and we would be more than happy to work with you. Thank you so much and have a great day.